What's up, football world? This is Football Junkies in America. My name is Eric Yamosa, and this is
Keon Zapata.
Today we're going to discuss World Cup qualifying for CONMEBOL, South American World Cup qualifying, match day 3, match day 4. Let's begin with Bolivia versus Ecuador. What do you think about this game, Cuz?
I think that this is a 2-1 victory for Ecuador in La Paz. Even though Bolivia has the advantage of having the altitude in this game, Ecuador is also the master of the altitude as they get to play in Quito. So I don't think the altitude would be an issue. If anything, this game is going to be very evened out because Ecuador knows how to play in these type of environments.
We have Marcelo Martins from Bolivia, and we also have Ener Valencia leading Ecuador player from Fenerbahce. I believe this game is a victory for Bolivia, 2-1 over Ecuador. I don't know if you want to call this an upset, Cuz, but
I think that would be an upset considering Bolivia is in the bottom table of the qualifiers and Ecuador is in the top, perhaps. So that would be a huge upset if Bolivia can secure their first points of the qualifying tournament.
The reason why I picked this upset is it's the elephant in the room. It's basically the altitude. It's La Paz. So that's why I say the balancing off, and I think they'll come out with a victory 2-1 over Ecuador.
I believe that Ecuador has a fiery attack led by the youngsters of Michael Estrada of Toluca and Moises Caicedo of Gremio, who look like they are really leading this Ecuador offense, and I expect another win out of them in this game.
Next match we have is Argentina versus Paraguay in La Bombonera. I believe this game is going to be a nail-biter 1-0 victory, led by Messi, of course. I think he would score. He's going to score the goal, the winning goal. Paraguay, the Guaranis are going to fight hard. And unfortunately, probably in the second half, the Messi magic leads them to victory, 1-0. But disappointing victory. But, victories are victories. It's 3 points. So it is what it is. Let's go home with the 3 points. What do you think about that?
I think the complete opposite. I think this is a 1-0 victory, but it goes to Paraguay. I'm calling an upset. I'm calling an upset in this game because of the following facts. Paraguay have not lost to Argentina in Buenos Aires since 1973.
Wow. The
last time around, they actually won 1-0 in last World Cup qualifiers. I believe Almiron's pace and the lethargic defense for Argentina will be too much. So it will be too much for them to handle.
Who's led that? It's Otamendi. Otamendi. He's like the veteran back there.
He's the veteran on defense alongside Nicolas Tagliafico of Ajax. However, I don't believe that the other Argentinians in the defense will rise up to the occasions as they don't have as much experience in the qualifying. And then Paraguay is coming off a great run where they are still undefeated in the qualifiers and are also leading the qualifiers in assists.
Wow, that's impressive for a team like Paraguay that they don't generate that much soccer. You would think they would be like more defensive structured for them to have leading the qualifiers in assists. That's a big deal. So this for me is the match of match day 3. It is Colombia versus Uruguay. I believe Colombia is going to win 3-1. That's my prediction. They're coming off a victory 3-0 to Venezuela and a 2-2 tie against Chile. Uruguay is coming from a 2-1 win over Chile and a 4-2 loss versus Ecuador. So it's going to be a very good match. Of course, Uruguay with Cavani coming back and Suarez, and you have Godin in the back as well, Jesus Maria Jimenez as well. So, they're very disciplined. But Colombia also has Jerry Mina, Davison Sanchez. We have Edwin Cardona's back. He's playing very well in Boca Juniors. So that's a little bit of what I had to say. What do you think about this, Kian?
I'm going to go for a tie in this. And I'm going to go 1-1 because Uruguay is desperate for points.
Yes.
They are coming off a loss and a tie in their first 2 games, as Eric has mentioned. They do get back leadership in the back with Jose Maria Jimenez. And they also do get back their attacking power of Edison Cavani. But they will be without Valverde, who is injured, player from Real Madrid. And they also will be without Sebastian Coates, and Maxi Gomez. Even though they have been struggling with form, I believe that because they are so desperate, they will actually try to get a result out of this game. However, Colombia has also been playing really great as they are undefeated, and I still think they keep that undefeated streak, and they will be a 1-1 tie.
But they also are without Falcao, which, it's a big deal. His leadership in the locker room and also, his goal-scoring abilities, they're going to be without. I also see that coming back is Martín Cáceres as well, the right back for Uruguay, for Fiorentina.
Yep.
A veteran as well.
Exactly. So that's just why I think Uruguay understands that if they don't get a result in this game, that the next game is going to be even harder, and all the other ones coming after it, and might result in them looking at a very shaky start to qualifying.
So next match we have Chile versus Peru. Chile is coming from a 2-2 draw versus Colombia and a 2-1 loss versus Uruguay. Peru is coming from a 2-2 draw versus Paraguay and a 4-2 loss versus Brazil. I believe this game is going to be 2-1 Chile victory over Peru. I just think Chile is, just their star players, Arturo Vidal and Alexis Sanchez, of course, again, being depending, Chile being over-dependent on them, with them, and they're going to come through. They're too much for Peru. I believe Paolo Guerrero and Jefferson Farfán, with their leadership on the field and off the field, they will not be there. So that's going to affect them. So I believe Chile will be victorious in this game. What about you? What do you think?
I think this is actually a 2-1 victory for Peru.
What is this actually? What's the name of what is the name that they call it?
This is called the Derby del Pacífico, or the Pacific Derby, as both teams are in the Pacific Ocean, and it's a high intense rivalry. If you want to know what CONMEBOL Qualifiers is all about, this game is the highlight game for me in this match day. We have 7th versus 8th in this, as they are both equal on points, as Eric mentioned. Both came out with a loss and a tie and are desperate for a win.
Each 1 point, right?
Both have 1 point and are desperate for a win. Chile is obviously the home team, so they have the advantage. Yes. However, I'm going to go with Peru because I feel that Chile relies way too much, and this is something that we talked about before, way too much on Alexis Sanchez and Arturo Vidal. Whereas Peru has shown that they are able to score. They're averaging 2 goals a game. Right, they have scored at least 2 goals in both of their games, and they have Andrés Carrillo, who's actually tied with Neymar for the most goals in the competition.
They also have Ruiz Diaz, and they also have a surprise fellow named Gianluca Lapadula. Can you talk about this guy?
Gianluca Lapadula is a Italian-born with Peruvian parents who currently plays in the Serie A in Benevento, and he's actually just able to switch his citizenship, and he's able to come and play for Peru for the first time. So the Peruvians are very hyped for this acquisition, especially without having Paolo Guerrero and Farfán. This is a great addition into the squad. And I also feel like Chile is desperate, as Ronaldo Lueda has actually called upon John Bosellur on the defense out of retirement from international soccer. He called him back.
Awesome.
And obviously Claudio Bravo is back. So I just feel that like Chile is a very desperate.
You know how they are when they get desperate.
Exactly. So I think Peru takes advantage of that because of the atmosphere of this game and
desperation,
the pressure. Exactly. And so I think Peru comes out victorious.
Next match we have Brazil versus Venezuela. Match is in Brazil. I'm going with 4-0 Brazil. I just feel like Brazil's just too much of a powerhouse, and Venezuela is not. So I'm going Brazil 4-0. I don't know what else to. They're just overpowered everywhere you see, from the forward line, midfield to defense. Even with Neymar being injured or whatever, I just Brazil could have 2 or 3 national teams and they still be okay.
Yeah, and just to highlight on that, Brazil has the best offense in qualifiers with 9 goals and the best defense with only 2 against. With that being said, they're going up against one of the weaker sides in CONMEBOL and have a potent and fierce attack, as they are the best team in the qualifier. Brazil will actually be without Neymar, Coutinho, and Casemiro, and Edgar Militao. However, they will have Alisson and Gabriel Jesus back Rendon comes back for
Big deal.
Venezuela, the captain, the leader in the attack, whereas Yangel Herrera, their promising midfielder, is suspended. Venezuela, very interesting stat here, has yet to score on qualifiers, and I doubt they will also score in this game. So I believe a 3-0 victory for Brazil is only right.